Hello there, welcome back. This is going to be video 5, and what I'm going to cover today is Mech Loadout, so the fun stuff, the reason why we're all here, right? Is to pimp these guys out and maximize damage and get them into the monsters they truly deserve to be. At the minute I'm looking at, we're not that far in. We played 2 missions, we've covered the characters, we've covered the leopard. We've had a little look at tactics or just game basics, and we covered post-battle salvage. So this video now is going to be about how to pimp out our mechs, basically. And as you can see, we're on the mech-based screen here. We've got our 5 mechs that they pretty much given us, and if you just take a look, these guys are stock fit. And as you can see, their armor is not as high as it could be. It could go higher, and all kinds of stuff. And there's stuff going on here, like heat sinks up there, AC2s. I mean, this guy doesn't actually look that bad for stock. But if you come to, for instance, cancel that. Go to this Vindicator. I think he's pretty bad stock. Yeah, I mean, PPC, for instance, is not a good thing to have. But I'm not going to cover this stuff in game because the interface is a bit clunky for what I wanted to illustrate, and we can't see mechs, and I want to show stuff on the fly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out of that. I'll just close this a minute. I'm going to open up YouTube channel. Hang on, it's just gone to the second monitor. There it is. Just going to go to www.redxi.co.uk and click on that, and there's a little BattleTech loadout editor here. I'm going to click on that, and I'm just going to open up another one because I'm going to need 2. I'm going to pop this one over here and I'll pop that one over there. I'll just close this behind here. So I just want to get 2 on screen so you guys can see and we can compare them. Now that's what was that? I was looking at the Vindicator, right? So what I'm going to do is I made a setup earlier on and I saved it, and it's the stock Vindicator setup, and this is what okay, so I'm kind of wrong there. Let's just try it again. Right, this is the stock Vindicator setup on this little website thing that you can use. Feel free to use this, by the way. I mean, anybody can use it. I wrote it so I could change things fast. I just wanted to see the front end. The front end is quite similar to what you're seeing in screen in game, but you can mess around a little bit with it, and it's I find it just a bit easier, to be honest with you. So this is the stock Vindicator setup, and as you can see, it's got heat sinks all over the place. It's got jump jets, LRM5s, and it's got a S-laser there and a PPC over there. So what we're going to do is I'm going to leave that there, and I'm going to show you how to maximize this a little better and the reasons why. Just click on the Vindicator, and here we go. We've got a new Vindicator, and it's got full armor on him. So I'm just going to click on that max armor, make sure it's full. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drop all the rear armor to give us extra weight. As you can see, like the armor's dropped, but the weight is dropped as well. And then I'm going to start messing around a little bit with this loadout. Now the stock loadout had a PPC. We're not going to use a PPC because it's too heavy for a start, and this damage per ton is not as good as the M laser. I think the M laser is actually the highest in game for damage per ton. So we're just going to slam 2 M lasers in there because we've got 2 in the loadout. This website as well, it doesn't change, by the way, so you've got to keep your eyes on what you're allowed to take. Like for instance, I know I'm allowed to take 1 there, and it's just 1 there. So, and for missiles, I'm not going to bother with long-range missiles. Problem with long-range missiles is they're quite heavy, and the damage per ton is not as good as SRMs. And what I like about SRMs is that when you get into range of a mech, or when you want to move into a position to shoot the mech, the M lasers and the SRMs have exactly the same range. So you know that, like for instance, I know that this guy, when that red line shows towards that enemy mech, I know that this guy is going to fire everything that he's got. I might stick an S laser on there. Actually, no, I don't know. I'm going to leave that off a minute because I just want to show. No, go on. I'll put it on. And I think I don't really use short range stuff. I think the machine gun's probably got the better damage output, so I'll just ram that on there. And immediately you can see I'm going to need SRM ammo as well. So immediately you can see now, just from looking at the comparing the two, that this thing is maxed out frontal armor and it's got no rear armor. Not too bothered about having no rear armor, because if you're getting shot from behind, you've played it wrong, to be honest. And things generally don't catch up with you and start shooting you from behind when you in this kind of setup, because you've got so much damage output that they can't even get close to you, to be honest. So we've got full frontal armor, so our armor is increased by 40 odd points. That's as much as we're going to squeeze out of this guy. I mean, if you put rear armor, if you maxed out the rear armor, I mean, that armor value would jump up to 945, and you can feel free to do that. But what I'm going to illustrate here is that I'm going to use heat sinks rather than that extra armor, because I get more usage out of it. And what this website shows you as well, it's got a nice little, shows you the damage output, which it doesn't in game. And it shows you the max armor, which it does in game, but you've got to leave to check it out. And it shows you a heat value that you're going to generate, and it shows you the dissipation that you're creating as well from all your heat sinks. So I've got a bit of extra tonnage here. Just click on that. Got a bit of extra tonnage here. I'm just going to ram some heat sinks on. And you can see the heat dissipation is actually creeping up as well. And we've still got about 3.5 ton to play with. We can't really put anything else on here, I don't think. We're missing something. I can only stick one slot on there. There's no hard points on the legs, nothing on there. So yeah, so we might as well just keep on ramming heat sinks on it. I mean, if you want to stick some jump jets on it, and because you like using jump jets, that's fine. But I don't use jump jets; I don't bother with them. So just keep on going. 45.56. I'm not going to be able to put another heat sink on it because it's going to go over the armor weight, and there you go. It's just too heavy. So I'm going to dump that heat sink off, and I'm going to use the extra weight I got just to stick a little bit of armor on the back torso there. And there you go, that's looking good. I think we're pretty much maxed out there now. Our heat value is 64, heat dissipation is 57, so this guy is going to be able to shoot all day long. You won't have to manage this guy's heat at all. He's never going to end. Like for instance, now if I change this M laser to a PPC, I mean that heat now is, not only is he gone 6 ton overweight, but that heat is gone up. These PPCs are just a bit of a nightmare at this weight. So we'll just stick with the M lasers and the SRM6s, and this is pretty much the basic kind of setup that you want to be aiming for. Medium lasers, SRMs, and heat sinks, and with that kind of setup on every mech, yeah, you'll be looking good. There are some mechs that are not catered for it. Obviously, if you find a mech and it's all ballistic and short range, it's not the mech really you want to be playing. I mean, some people like brawling, you know what I mean? Do it your way. That's grand. Some people like playing from range. Some people like take it like mechs, believe it or not. But yeah, this is pretty much what you're going to want to be doing. I mean, if you find that there's a lighter mech, it's pumping out more damage. I mean, look at this now. The damage from the stock is 120, and the damage from this guy now is 188. I mean, this guy's got PPC as well. I could probably stick another. There's nothing you can do to it. Like, it can't. His weight is maxed out. He doesn't even have full frontal armor. Yeah, so the only problem you're going to have in game early on, obviously, is you're going to find it difficult to find SRM6s if you've only played 1 or 2 missions. So you're going to have to wait until this thing is maxed out. But it won't take you long. Just keep on picking up that salvage. Don't waste your money buying it from the shop, because you're going to need that money later on when you get the Argo. And you're going to have ship upgrades, because you're going to flush a lot of cash into ship upgrades, which is a video I'll probably be doing next, I would think. Yeah, but if you just follow this, you're gonna have success. It's going to take you far. Obviously, just keep in mind the rear armor could end up in trouble. The only other thing I would say to take care of is when you're placing ammo in places, don't put ammo in the center torso, especially if you've got no rear armor. The trouble is with ammo in any piece like the rear torso or the armor, wherever you put it, if that piece, say for instance I've got ammo on here, if this left torso loses all his armor, it goes down to 0, and even if I've still got full shields on it, if that armor piece takes a crit, there's a chance that ammo is going to explode, and if that ammo explodes, you're going to lose that piece, and you're going to, obviously in this case, I'm going to lose the arm as well. And if that ammo was in the center torso, you'd be dead, pretty much. Some people like to put it on the legs, but I still like to put it on the torso because it's got the most armor. It's 110 armor. This guy's got like 40% less. So I like to put it there. I've never seen a piece explode on me, but with this amount of armor, you generally never get to that point anyway. Especially when you get the the 75 tonners and the 55 tonners. I mean, it's very rare you fight a battle where they've actually stripped all your armor in one spot, because I don't even think they use precision strike or cold shot sometimes, maybe. So yeah, and that's pretty much it. So this is where we want to be going. The way you want to do things in game as well, if you could just go back to game. Get rid of these light mechs as soon as you possibly can. I mean, it sounds great having like a character with spotting and just spotting from range for your LRMs, but I don't play that way. I like to have 4 mechs sitting doing the business, you know what I mean? And this Locust, for instance, it's got something like 90 armor in total. 60 front torso armor plus 30 shields. So I mean, if this thing gets hit in the center torso once or twice, it's gonna die, like, and it happens quite a bit. So the second you get another mech, which is going to be in a couple of scenarios, when you get another mech, just get rid of this pile of wank and just start going up the medium routes. Get rid of the lights, then when you get to the heavies, get rid of the mediums, and just maximize your tonnage. Just use the maximum tonnage that you've got. Always try to keep 5 mechs in your bay. You don't have to keep them there. You can stick them in storage once you got them, so you don't have to sell them. But what I did on my first playthrough is I just sold them all, so money really wasn't an issue. And yeah, so that's basically it. Do as many side missions as you can, and where you want to aim at now is getting the Argo. Once you get the Argo, I think it's like the 3rd campaign mission. I think you can pretty much do it as well with 45, 50 tonners. So you could get there as fast as possible. Get that Argo, and then do a shed load of side missions. Refit your Argo out, which I'll cover in a future video. Fit your Argo out with stuff. Get your morale up, which is going to help you in game. Get your characters up, so that you're maximizing more damage output again. So just get that damage, get that armor, and you can't go wrong really. I don't understand how people are having such a hard time with it, because the basics of this game are quite simple. It's just armor yourself up and do as much damage as you can. I don't think the tactics this is why I'm not doing videos on tactics. I don't think you really need a tactical mind. You just go in there and start shooting, and you know. But there you go. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope I covered everything. I'll probably shut this down now and go, oh shit, I forgot to cover that, so I might cover it in the next video or whatever. And yeah, go out there, get that Argo as fast as you can, start building it up, and enjoy. Cheers guys.